This is the moment a ghost hunter claims he was thrown across a room by an angry spirit, but is it really as it seemed? Rebecca Palmer, who is married to ghost hunter Sean Reynolds, claimed to be possessed by the spirit of a dead child. Panicked by her behavior, Sean tried to comfort her as she started to cry out, "Where's my mummy?" while clutching a doll in fear. But in the bizarre footage, as Rebecca's husband reaches out to his wife, he appears to fall suddenly to the floor. Sean, however, claims that he was thrown across the room by the static energy emanating ghost of the dead child. The couple were at the New Mills Art Theatre in Stockport, Greater Manchester, filming for their paranormal investigation series after sightings of shadow figures in the 100-year-old building. Although the terrifying incident left Rebecca shaken, she said she felt honored that a spirit had chosen her as a vessel. Rebecca, 34, from Liverpool, said, "As soon as we walked in the room, I could feel there was something different in there, a different kind of energy. I kept asking the others, 'Do you feel that?' But nobody else could sense anything. Then I started to hear a voice, a little kid saying something. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but it was definitely a child's voice. I could hear them chatting and laughing. I asked, but nobody else could hear it. I felt like I was going mad. Then suddenly this happened. I can't remember much of what happened. I remember I felt like a child, but it was all a haze. When I came out of it, it felt like when you have been dreaming and you remember fragments but can't piece it all together. It was quite frightening. I couldn't stop shaking and I felt really weak and drained. When we were going around the rest of the rooms, I felt the little girl was still with me, following me. I kept getting waves of how she was feeling. She was so sad. As a mom, it was really difficult knowing I had been taken over by the spirit of child who had died. It really did affect me emotionally. It was really upsetting. Even though I was very shaken after the event, I felt empowered and honored that an actual spirit had chosen me as a vessel to communicate with. It was so shocking watching the video and seeing what had gone on. I couldn't believe the energy had been so powerful it had knocked Sean off his feet and thrown him away from me. Why would it do that? It is so strange. I try never to doubt the power of the spirit world, and the night at the theatre proves just how dangerous the paranormal world can be. During Rebecca's possession in the theatre dressing room, the couple's ghost hunting equipment, designed to pick up paranormal energy, can be heard going haywire in the background. The ghost hunters used a device called an abilis, which they believe spirits can manipulate to produce words. While filming, Sean, 34, claims the abilis produced the words "deplete, 15, enough" and "mummy." While the child's ghost was controlling Rebecca, Sean said he felt quite helpless and worried at one point that they might not be able to get his wife back. Luckily, the couple's cameraman Paul Jallett, who has extensive experience of the paranormal and getting spirits to leave their human hosts, was on hand to release Rebecca from the ghost child's grasp. Sean said, "It was so emotional for me seeing Bex like that. I have never seen anything like it before. I knew I needed to try to communicate with the spirit, but I was also really worried about how it could affect Bex and whether we would be able to get the child to leave her alone. It came as quite a shock and I felt quite helpless. One minute I was sat in the room with my partner and the next she just wasn't Bex at all anymore. When I reached out to touch her, I felt this strong static charge go through me. It was this powerful force pushing me back and it threw me to the ground." The whole team went into a panic. I don't think any of us have experienced an energy so powerful before. It completely lifted me off my feet. It was quite frightening, but at the same time so intriguing. I don't think the spirit was negative, just frightened.